Another project that I thought would be of interest, and it seems that I've used this once before. Now when I get started, you're just going to have to wait a minute now. Driftwoods, logs, any type of container. I like to work with natural material, as you all know that. Having a nice little arch on this piece of driftwood and another plastic container lined with your sheet moss again, which if you get it in a larger piece, you can just hot glue it on and you have a nice natural looking type of container. And this sets just perfectly nice in here. So let me just move this out of the way so we can have some space here and I can show you what I'm going to make with this. Now when you take house plants, if house plants need to be transplanted, sometimes they come to pot bound. That's a mouthful to say.
Yeah.
I have a nice tray here. And don't be afraid to separate them. Sometimes if you cut them, they'll go through a resting phase. And you just get a nice little clump of plants and place them in the dish. You could add some gravel, some shells on the bottom just to give it some drainage. So here we're going to have a nice system of roots down on the bottom. And this won't require that much water, so this would be a nice start. Now you can see, now this is a good example of being pot bound. Let me just move this over to the camera. When you see your plants with a root system like this, it's a little bit too much for the size pot. So this would be a 4-inch pot. You would have to move it over into a 6-inch pot, which would be acceptable. So I'll just take this over here and just break away some of the dirt just from the roots, just to aerate the soil a little bit. And I can place this into my clump. Well, Venus, I see you're back. Were there any surprises in your little plant box?
I got names for you to pick. Do you want them now?
You mean someone actually sent names in for you?
Yeah. Do you
Really?
want to pick one out now?
Well, where's all your plant mail?
I'll go down and get them.
All right.
Be right back.
Somebody actually sent in mail to name him.
I'm back.
Or him. I think you're a him. Are you a him or a her?
My mouth is full, I can't tell you.
All right, well. Wow, did he get mail? We have all these names.
Very popular flytrap.
Very popular flytrap.
I'm adorable.
Wow, did you get mail? So I guess we're going to have to put this in a pot and we're going to have to pick a name. Are you sure they're all here?
Wait, I think there's one more.
Jeez, that's a letter. Okay.
Somebody loves me.
Well, I'm glad somebody does. All right, I'm going to put these in the pots, put them on the side, and I'm going to finish this creation, and then we're going to decide what to name you.
Thank you.
Okay. So now I used my palm, my Eureka palm for the height and the gooseneck. Now, being that all the larger foliage was cut off of this, you can see the new foliage is coming in, so it gives this plant a nice chance to get a nice start to it. I'm just going to place some moss into here. And with some of the excess soil that I have, now I left space in here. I'm going to take a piece of oasis that I have already soaked, just like so, just a little piece like this. And I'm going to place that into my container. And then I'm going to add just some little garden flowers that I picked up and little shrubbery pieces, just little odds and ends of flowers. And I'm going to just make a little garden theme in with the tropical flowers and plants. I'll just turn this around so you can see how the color is starting to come up into the arrangement. This is Leptospermum, and then this is the pretty wax flower. Look at those beautiful flowers. If you can get a nice little close-up on this. It's a pretty, pretty flower. So these I'm going to use as a lower part of my arrangement. Just turn this around here and then I'll share it with you. I see our visitors coming back up for some viewing. Would you like some of these berries?
No, I don't like berries.
Okay. This is the Hypericum berry. This I've used in numerous arrangements. It's a nice little type of arrangement. Are you still being very patient?
I've been very good and very patient.
Oh, good. Here's a bug for you.
You sure this wasn't pre-chewed?
No, it's not pre-chewed. I'm sorry. Now these are the billy buttons. I'm going to use in here for some of the height.
Did you say belly buttons?
No, billy buttons.
Okay, thank you.
I think our little plant needs some water over here. Here I'm going to use some of the ivy. You can see how I just started this up over here. With the wax flower, the Hypericum berries, the billy buttons, and just a little touch of the ivy just to accent the other types of plants. Now all these plants can be watered, and the moisture from the plants would take care of the oasis. So it's a nice little combination that you can use with your different little environmental garden here. Now all these things, now even Queen Anne's lace. Now this is Queen Anne's lace that was just picked from the roadside. And even just something like this you can use as an accent piece. So you can find a lot of material that you could work with, especially now for quick arrangements. You see that just softens it a little with the Queen Anne's lace in here. And this is September weed. These are all things that you can have in your garden. And even if you wanted to have something spiky, right now the Scotch broom you could trim. It has nice new growth on it. If you wanted something for an accent, just gives it that nice little twist. Now you see, this is a large stem of the September weed, or Monte Cassino in florist terms. And I broke off just a little bit of the branches on here because I really didn't want too much of the foliage mixed in with my flowers. So I'm just going to place these in, just like so. So you have a little bit of your color, like this. And then just to have a little accent piece, I have a nice little toad. You can, a nice little collectible toad.
Can I eat the toad?
No, you can't eat the toad.
Why not?
But toads are found in your type of environment where you come from, down in the Carolinas. Did you know that you're found in the bogs, where there's all this moss growing and everything?
Yeah, it kind of smells down there sometimes.
Well, that's because of all the decomposing of the different plant materials. Now you can see
they got gas down there.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Now here you have the nice little frog in his little environment. See how nice that looks?
Very nice.
Here, I'll give you another bug so I can finish. Okay.